Welcome to Paper Crafters Library. In this video I'm going to show you how to create this You Make Me Happy greeting card featuring the Fancy Pants Park Bench collection. So let's get started. You're going to need a 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of craft cardstock. I've gone ahead and scored it down the center at 5 1/2 inches with my paper trimmer and scoring blade. You're going to fold and crease along that score line with your bone folder, creating a standard sized 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card base. You can set aside your bone folder, and you're now going to need a piece of patterned paper, and this patterned paper is from the Park Bench collection from Fancy Pants Designs, and on this side it's the aqua side, on the other side it's this beautiful floral pattern which we will be using in another mat, but right now we're going to be using this aqua side. This piece measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. You're going to center and stick your piece of patterned paper to your card base, leaving equal borders on all 4 sides. Once you have that complete, we're going to set this aside for a moment. You're now going to need a piece of patterned paper, and here again is the same fountain patterned paper that we used the aqua side on just a moment ago. This time we're going to use the patterned floral side. This piece is a 3 3/8 by 4 5/8 inch piece of patterned paper, and I'm going to center and stick that to a piece of ebony cardstock that measures 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. You're just going to center and stick that to your ebony piece of cardstock, leaving equal borders on all 4 sides using your double-sided adhesive. Once you have that in place, we're going to bring our card base back in. We're going to center and stick our matted patterned paper here to our card base using our 3-dimensional or 3D dots. So this is just a dimensional foam, and I'm just placing one in each of the 4 corners. I'm going to peel off the backings, and then I'm going to center and stick this to my folded card base, making sure that my fold is along the top, leaving equal borders on all 4 sides. Once you have that complete, we're going to set this aside for a moment again, and you're now going to need this greeting flag. This is the You Make Me Happy greeting flag that is in Fancy Pants label stickers, and I've gone ahead and just cut it off the sheet, and I'm going to stick this sticker label or greeting sticker to a piece of ebony cardstock. This piece of cardstock measures 7/8 of an inch by 4 inches. So I'm just going to stick my sticker to my ebony cardstock so that I have equal borders on all sides. So I'm just making sure that I have the same borders above and below my greeting. And now I'm going to take my paper scissors, and I'm actually just going to cut a fishtail in both ends of my matted greeting sticker here, and I'm just following the same angle of the fishtail that's on the greeting label, and just finishing on that, or finishing off the mat on the label. So once you have your label or your matted label trimmed down into size, we're going to actually stick this to our card base about 2 1/4 inches down from the top edge of your card base. You're going to stick that down with some 3D dots here, peeling off the backing. I just want to stick this about 2 or 2 1/4 inches down from that top edge and centered left and right. Just like that. Now I'm going to start adding in my embellishments. So you're going to set this aside for one more moment, and I'm going to bring in 3 buttons that I'm going to embellish the front of the card with. And this comes from Fancy Pants Park Bench button set. So I just pulled out 3 different buttons, each of them varying in size, and they are already self-adhesive. I'm actually going to pull off that foam piece from each button because I want to add some button jute or some black jute to each of my buttons. So once you have them pulled off, you can set these aside to use them shortly, or you can just discard them and use some of your 3D dots once you're ready to embellish. And I've gone ahead and I've already cut my black jute. I have 2 pieces that are 4 inches each and 1 piece that's 8 inches. I'm going to take my 4-inch piece and I'm going to thread it through my large aqua button, just so that I have a stitched look to the button. And then I'm just going to stick the ends of my jute to the back of the button using a glue dot. So I'm just going to stick a dot on the back of my button and stick the ends down to that glue dot. And then you can bring in your paper snips or your paper scissors and trim off those ends, just so that that leaves that finished sewn look to the button. I'm going to repeat that with my second piece, 4-inch piece of black jute with my yellow button. And then I'm going to take my 8-inch piece of black jute, feed the ends through my small black button, bringing the ends around to the front. I'm going to tie that into a bow. And then you'll be able to trim down the size of your bow with your paper scissors as well. So like I said, I'm just going to take my black jute, feed the ends up through the front of the button. I'm just going to tie this into a bow. Then you can play with the size until you're happy with that. And once you are, you'll just trim off the ends of the excess jute. Now that you have those buttons all added in, you can stick them back to the original dimensional foam if you wish. If not, then I would stick them onto a 3D dot, peel off the backing from my, it's not wanting to stick as well, so just press that into place if you're reusing your dimensional foam. My foam doesn't actually want to come off my backing, so I'm just going to use a dot, and I'm going to cluster my 3 buttons in the top right hand corner of my greeting flag there. And once you have that complete, then you can just bring in some small black rhinestones and embellish with some randomly placed rhinestones in that cluster. Once you have your rhinestones in place, your card is now complete. There you have your You Make Me Happy greeting card. If you enjoyed this video, you enjoy the way we teach, and would like to learn even more, we invite you to check out the Paper Crafters Library. Whether you're a beginner looking to learn the basics, or an advanced paper crafter looking to learn new skills and techniques, you'll find it all here. Stamping, card making, scrapbooking, and altered art. We cover it all. With over 1,000 videos currently in our library and approximately 50 videos added each month, we are the largest and most comprehensive online library of video tutorials for paper crafters on the internet. We invite you to visit our library and see what we're all about.